Alright, so we are moving on to the third fight of the night. We've got Carlos Ulberg fighting Fabio Cherant. Very interesting matchup here, as to be fair, Fabio Cherant's weakness is his striking, and Carlos Ulberg's weakness is his grappling. Fabio Cherant's strength is his grappling. Carlos Ulberg's strength is his striking. So both guys' strength is each other's weakness. It's going to be a very interesting fight. Will Carlos Ulberg be able to keep the fight on the feet is probably the main question to ask here. Fabio Cherant, of his 7 wins, 5 of them are by submission. He hasn't actually managed to find a win inside the UFC yet, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. He got knocked out by William Knight. He got submitted by Alonzo Minifield, cracked in the first round, knocked out in the first round by William Knight as well. 2 first-round losses on Fabio Cherant's record. Not really the greatest look to have when you're in the UFC at only 27 years old. There's 2 first-round losses, unfortunately, there. On the other hand, though, Carlos Ulberg, his debut was very exciting. He threw like 80, I think he landed like 86 significant strikes in the first round, over 60 in the second round, even though he got knocked out in the second round as well. Kennedy Nzechukwu and Carlos Ulberg set like a record, or second most strikes thrown in a light heavyweight fight or something ridiculous, and the fight was only like 2 rounds long. With it being said, though, I like Carlos Ulberg's kickboxing. I am from New Zealand. I like to back my boys from New Zealand. Sometimes I pick against them, like I'm picking against Blood Diamond, to be honest. But I just don't think that Fabio Cherant is really going to be able to get the fight to the ground before Carlos Ulberg finds him. Fabio Cherant, when he throws his shots, he throws with a lot of power, and he does leave himself open. And a guy like Carlos Ulberg, who has the volume that he has, who has the power, has the combinations that he has, I think he's going to be able to get it done. But the problem with Carlos Ulberg is, though, he wasn't actually able to knock out Kennedy Nzechukwu, and Dalton Zhang managed to do it in the first round. And does Carlos Ulberg really have that power? Personally, I do think that he does, and I do think he is going to finish Fabio Cherant here, probably in the first round. If not, then he could be in trouble, because we were talking about his cardio. The commentators were talking about his cardio about 3 minutes into the first round, because he's just throwing so much volume. Hopefully he doesn't throw too much volume and leaves himself exposed to get taken down to the ground by Fabio, but I personally do think we're going to see Carlos Ulberg keep the fight on the feet, land a couple of power punches, and knock him out. Wow, that is very interesting. How many people are picking Carlos Ulberg here? Not many people on the Cherant side, and no one on the Cherant by submission side. That is strange, man. If I was picking Fabio Cherant, I'd be picking Fabio Cherant submission all day. Because Carlos Ulberg, when Kennedy Nzechukwu tried to grapple with him, he didn't really look like he knew what he was doing. Let's be honest, he kind of panicked a little bit. We'd need to be realistic here. But no, I've got Carlos Ulberg by knockout. I do think he's going to get the job done. But man, I think people are sleeping on Fabio Cherant a little bit here, man. I don't really like to see that level of disrespect on the Tapology votes. But Carlos Ulberg is my boy. I do think he's going to get the job done. Carlos Ulberg by knockout, probably in the first round, is my pick.